Welcome back to Lab Cyber. Hope you're having an amazing week. And today's video, we have to talk about everybody's favorite personal assistant, OpenClaw. Now, if you've never heard of OpenClaw before, you're about to, because it is by far, I would say, the most popular AI personal assistant. It is legitimately a very, very powerful AI assistant. It can do several things like book flight details for you, make dinner reservations. It can even run scripts, automate certain kinds of tasks. It legitimately is very, very powerful. And as such, it has become very, very popular. A lot of people use OpenClaw. Unfortunately, though, it turns out that this particular AI assistant has a bucket load of vulnerabilities. And there was this report that was released just a couple of days ago from AI Red Team. It is a Zero Leaks security assessment, and it is several pages long, but thankfully we don't have to go through everything. I'm just going to show you the very first page here. And right there in red, you can say it says critical risk. The ZLSS score is a perfect 10 out of 10. The ZLSS score basically refers to the critical high risk score. So when you have 10 out of 10, that means you are extremely critical. And over here, you have the security score of a whopping 2 out of 100. Needless to say that, yeah, this is a very, very vulnerable AI tool. And they do have their executive summary in here. And it is worth mentioning that the prompt injection testing revealed critical weaknesses, with 91% of attacks succeeding in manipulating the system's behavior. Now, if you don't know what prompt injection attacks are, it's basically just a situation where a criminal, an attacker, could trick an AI into revealing certain kinds of information. Now, they could embed the instructions, the malicious commands or instructions in text, images or video, and then send that data to the AI. And then the AI, because it doesn't know who is actually sending the instructions to it, it's simply going to execute those instructions. That's basically what prompt injection is. And as you can see right here, it is apparently very, very easy to manipulate the OpenClaw AI tool into revealing very sensitive information. Now, I have never used agentic AI before. I refuse to use them until security improves. I do have friends of mine who use OpenClaw, and they swear by it. They love OpenClaw. And again, it's easy to see why. It is very, very powerful. Unfortunately, though, it's also very, very vulnerable. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use agentic AI. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use OpenClaw. If you're going to, however, use agentic AI or any one of these AI personal assistant tools, then you need to be very, very careful. You need to treat them as high risk tools, because that's exactly what they are. So what this simply means is that you should be careful. Make sure that whatever permissions you give to your agentic AI, those permissions are very narrow and very precise. Don't just give them random permissions or give them general access to all your information, because that would be very, very dangerous. Just make sure that the permissions you give to your agentic AI are very explicit and that they perform a certain kind of function. Also, visibility is going to be very, very important as well. You want to make sure that whatever task or whatever operations is performed by your AI tool, agentic AI, whatever it is, you know what it is and you know why. Very, very importantly, you know why the agentic AI carried out that particular task. If you don't know what it did or why it did it, that in itself is already a massive, massive problem. And I would also say that if you can avoid using the agentic AI, at least for now, then do so, okay? Me personally, I don't use any one of these AI tools, at least not yet, okay? Maybe in another year or two, once the security improves, then I will be looking to start working with personal AI assistants. But if there is one thing we've learned, it's that a lot of these AI security engineers, the AI developers, I'm not trying to knock them. I'm not trying to downgrade what it is that they do. I think these are very, very intelligent, very, very, very smart people. Obviously, anyone who can build a personal assistant that can book flight details and make dinner reservations. That's amazing, right? But it turns out that they care a hell of a lot more about performance, what the AI can actually do, and they pay very little attention to the inbuilt security features of that tool. And I think it's a shame. I'm not saying that the AI tools have to be, very secure or 100% secure. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, though, is that they should have a respectable amount of inbuilt security features. At least in the case of OpenClaw, it should at least have some training on how to resist manipulative prompts, right? Having a score 2 out of 100, that is abysmal. If it scored 50 out of 100, I'll have said, okay, well, it's decent. Okay, it's the starting point. But when you have 2 out of 100 in your security score and then 10 out of 10 for the ZLSS score, that is really, 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 really bad. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Again, if you're going to work with agentic AI, just be very, very careful. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Put them down in your comment section below. If you're new here to the channel, welcome to Lab Cyber. I discuss all things AI and cybersecurity. So if you do enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Share this video with anyone who may feel might benefit from it. And as always, stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.